Hi, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm Dana, and today I want to share with you some tips that I used to help my reluctant handwriter practice his handwriting. My son is 8, and he right now says that he really does not enjoy the physical act of handwriting, of forming the letters. So I want to tell you a few things that we've done. I break it down into kind of 3 changes, I guess you could say. The first is, what do we write? Why are we writing? And how do we do it? So first, if you're having trouble with a reluctant writer, I would recommend just tossing the curriculum or the handwriting workbooks if they're not working for you. I do think they have a place, but if they are not working and your student or your child is really reluctant, try something else. There are so many reasons why we write, aren't there? I mean, what's the point in learning it anyway? I feel like if children have a clear reason in their head for writing, then it really helps. So let's start with the what though. Throw out the workbooks. What are they going to write then? Well, I've had the most success with a few things. Number 1, writing lists, particularly gifts like wish lists or stuff they want for birthdays or Christmas or other gift giving occasions. If you do that, that can be a big motivator, right? I'm going to write down some things so that people know what to get me. Excellent. Another thing that we do with the what is we've recently just started is writing in journals together. And so I have 2 here that we're working on. My husband and my son is really excited about this one. This is between Dad and me. It's a journal that father and son write together. They some of the things they do together, and then in other exercises, it'll be just my son writes something that the prompt gives him, and then my husband would respond to it, those kinds of things all throughout it. So maybe I'll let you know how this goes once they've really dug into it, but they're excited to start that. And then I have started with my son this Big Life journal, and you can find reviews on this Big Life journal and other things like it. I feel like all over the place, especially YouTube. And so, so far so good on the Big Life journal. He's enjoyed writing, and I try not to, like criticize or be like, oh, we write our thing like this, unless he solicits that kind of advice, or unless it's something that I know we recently worked on and he just needs like a gentle reminder, nothing like, you're never gonna get it right, you're always doing it wrong kind of thing. So that's something that we've done instead. Another thing we've done instead of like curriculum handwriting workbooks is Copywork out of something that he has personally enjoyed and picked out. Not something that I've said, here, we're gonna copy this and same as your handwriting workbook. No, he did a little bit of Copywork he's really into sports, baseball in particular, and so we did Casey at the bat, and he thought that was really fun, and he wanted to write a few lines from that, and so we did. It only lasted a week and a half, maybe close to 2 weeks, and then he was done, and fine, done, we're moving on. We've also done projects where we did like a thankful tree or Thanksgiving tree when it was in November. He enjoyed writing on the leaves things he was thankful for. Good, excellent practice. I don't have to harp on you. Let's practice our writing that way. So you get the idea, right? Find ways. How do you write in your world, in your everyday life? Let's pass that on to our kids to help them write. We don't write in handwriting workbooks. Not to say that they don't have a place, but when we're trying to encourage those reluctant writers, there are so many other ways we can get them to write. Okay, so another thing I changed was how. Instead of just sitting down at the table with our pencil and our paper writing, how can we make it more fun? Can we write with dry erase markers on the mirrors or the windows? Yes, we can, and we did, and we have, and that was really fun. Chalk on chalkboards, or we used some chalkboard paint and did a little piece of our island right there in the dining room. Let's write with that. Let's write outside using sidewalk chalk. Let's write in the sand with sticks. Let's use string to form letters. There are so many ways that you can write without sitting there writing with your pencil. But I think my son's all-time favorite are these little guys, and they are like invisible ink pens. But you can click the little button and you have the black light that shows you what you wrote. He loves these. He loves writing with these. He loves writing notes, right, to his friends and science group when we do that. So this is a really fun way to get him to write, or not get him. I don't want to seem like, I'm kind of trying to be sneaky about it, because he really picks up on that. If I am trying to be sneaky about it and I have this hidden agenda, like, here you go, let's see, are you gonna write? It doesn't work. But if he, just has things like this laying about, and this was a stocking stuffer actually from last Christmas, and he'll do it, and he loves it, and it's fun, and it also works on your hands, by the way. Okay, so that's the what and the how. Let's get to the why. When we have a purpose, like writing in our journals or writing our Christmas lists, gift lists or ideas, it's just so much more relatable and resonates so much more with the child than it does if there's really no purpose to your writing. So if you can make it fun, if you can make it purposeful, give them a reason, then I think they're really more likely to practice. Who wouldn't be more likely to practice when you have those things? Another thing that we haven't found, but that we use for nearly everything else where we encounter this kind of reluctance, are games. We absolutely love using games in our homeschool, or just to support our learning journey in general, just to have fun, connect and bond as a family. And I've not found something, at least for his age, that encourages writing, that incorporates writing into the game. I heard, what is it, like Apples to Apples Junior maybe, that uses some writing in it. But you have to have so many players. We don't have that many players in our home every day. Most days we don't have that many players, so that's not an option for us. And I loved categories as a kid, and I feel like he might like that, but it's too old for him, I think. Definitely, according to the game manufacturer, I think the age is like 14 or something, but I think even in just kind of knowing him, I think it might be a little too old for him. He's a little young. So if you have any suggestions or tips or things that you've done to help encourage your reluctant writer, or even if they're not reluctant, what do they enjoy writing about? How do they enjoy writing? Why do they enjoy writing? And also, I just want to leave you with something to chew on. If they're really, really reluctant to writing, I don't know that we necessarily need to push it. When I was trying to figure out ways or how I wrote in my everyday life, I realized so much that I don't. I type. I might make some sketches on my iPad with my Apple Pencil, and that's another thing that I let him do. Forgot to mention, we have a handwriting app on the iPad, and he can trace and do that kind of thing. He can just free write or free draw using the Apple Pen, and he thinks that's really fun, and it is, and I like to do it. So I just encourage him to type if that's what he wants to do, or if he is really into writing stories, I will still, where he dictates to me and I type for him. I transcribe his stories for him, because I don't want to lose that part of it. I don't want it to become a hindrance and start interfering with other things. So that is what I have for you today. Thank you so much again for stopping by. I send you much love from our Learn at Home to yours, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.